You can cross your legs any way that feels most comfortable for you to start. It's always nice to take a little bit of time to bring our awareness to what we're about to do. And this is what we're doing in this space right now. Settling in. So as you sit here, become aware of the body and the sensations you feel in the body. Close your eyes so that it's easier for you to really tune into how you're feeling in the body. This practice is about nurturing the heart space. So maybe taking a moment here to set some intentions for yourself. The heart center is a space of love, balance, harmony. Allowing those traits to be in your visual space. As you sit here, become aware of the muscles that are engaged to keep your spine upright. Become aware of where you might be holding some tension. And notice how by simply observing it, you loosen it. Try to focus your breath at the nose. So breathing only in and out through the nose. Shoulders will not move in this next exercise, only the head. Wherever you are, exhale through the nose. Inhale in place. Exhale, gently turning your chin over to the right, trying to line up the chin and shoulder. Inhale, return to center. And exhale, turning over to the left. Keeping the shoulders where they are. Breathe in through the nose, come back. And as you breathe out one more time, turning to the right, maybe trying to come a little deeper this time, keeping your chin low. Breathe in back to middle. And breathe out, turning over to the left. Breathe in back to the middle. Breathe out, gently bring your chin down towards the chest, keeping that upright position in the spine. Inhale, start to lift your chin up, all the way up, stretching the throat. And exhale, gently draw the chin back into neutral position. From here, we're going to slowly shift onto our hands and knees, tabletop position. So bringing one foot back and adjusting your position so that you are on your hands and knees. Ensuring that the heels of the hands rest underneath the shoulder sockets and the knees rest underneath the hip sockets. Extending the toes out and trying to stretch the tops of the feet down to the floor, encouraging whatever parts of yourself are touching the mat to be stretching down towards the mat. Hugging your elbows in, and what that means is that you're slightly rotating them inward so that the inner creases of your elbows are parallel to the front of your mat. Wherever you are, exhale through the nose. Inhale, let your belly slowly sink down to the mat and lifting your gaze up. Shoulders resting back, and exhale, stretching the back up to the ceiling. Allowing your chin to start to draw in and the tailbone stretches down towards the ground. Inhale, slowly allowing the front body to stretch down to the mat. Heart reaching forward, shoulders back. And exhale, whatever's touching the floor starts to press down firmly and stretching the back body up to the ceiling. Inhale, front body relaxes down, reaches down to the mat, looking forward. And exhale, reverse. I would like you to intuitively move through a few of these. On the inhalations, allowing the front body to open up, draw down towards the floor, heart extending. And exhale, really exaggerating that expression of stretching the back body up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, making a happy face with the body, heart reaches forward. And exhale, reverse, stretching your back body up, chin draws in, tailbone pressing down. Last one here. And reverse, staying with that flow of inhalations and exhalations in and out through the nose. Inhale, come back to neutral table. And you can shift your hips from side to side. Don't be stiff. This is your practice. Bring flexibility and not stiffness into your practice, and wiggle that right foot forward between both hands and bend into the right knee. Reaching that left foot back as much as you can, staying on the top of that left foot. And when you're able, bring both hands onto the right knee, posturing up. Find your breath here. And ensure that the inner muscles of that right leg are pulling in towards that midline. Hips are squared. Finding your balance, relax your shoulders. And as you hold this space, really engaging that right thigh as much as you can, hugging your abductor muscles towards that center line, and draw your hands in towards your heart, coming into prayer pose. If you feel that your balance allows it on your next inhalation, reach your arms up towards the ceiling and allow your gaze to follow, looking into the space between the hands. Exhale, really scooping that tailbone under, bending deeply into that. right knee. Inhale, leaning back, open your heart. Exhale, be exactly where you are and feel the strength in the lower body. And inhale, reach back even more. As you breathe out, circle both hands all the way down, big openness in the chest and the heart center, framing that front foot. Inhale, curling the left toes in. And exhale, bring that right knee back next to the left. Pointing the toes out. Again, what we do on one side, we always do on the other. So slowly invite that left foot forward. So some of us will need to help ourselves to bring that foot forward between the hands. That's all right. Some of us will be here and posture up from here. That's also fine. Figure out where you're at. Reaching that right knee now as far back as you can. Getting this nice openness in the front of your hip and opening in the flexors. Slowly bring your hand onto the left knee and posture up. Find your breath here. Draw the belly in. Scoop the tailbone under and bend deeply into that front knee. Sometimes you might want to check on that back foot and make sure everything is nice and straight. Keeping your body upright, draw your hands to the heart in prayer pose. And engaging your thighs. Muscles are pulling in towards that center line. If you feel balanced, on the next inhalation, lift your arms up and allow your gaze to follow. Exhale, be here, ground even deeper. And inhale, reach back with your fingertips, open your heart. Exhale, feel into whatever's touching the mat. Inhale, reach back a little further. Really opening in the heart center. Exhale, circle the hands all the way down, framing that front foot. Inhale, curl the right toes in. And exhale, bring that left knee back next to the right. Extending the toes out and sitting down on the heels. Take a moment here. Scoop the tailbone in. Trying to really stack up the spine on top of each other, shoulders relax. Focusing on the breath as it moves in and out through the nose. Be present with any sensation you feel. Maybe some tingling in the ankles in this position. Maybe a feeling of openness in the heart as we slowly work on opening and creating more and more space. Coming up on your knees and opening your feet about hip width apart. So if you have sensitive knees, my advice to you is to fold your mat once and then fold it over again and rest your knees above that cushiony part. I love support and modification, so And I would like us all to curl our toes in this position. If you are a yogi practitioner, you know that you can extend the toes out. But for everyone else, I'd like us to hug those toes in. Making sure again that the space is about hip width apart, both between the knees and the feet. Hands to your waist. And all you have to do right now is just breathe space between your heart and your navel center. Glutes are slightly squeezed, engaged. Start to draw the hands further back towards the spine. Try to hug the elbows in towards each other. Keep pressing your hips forward, squeezing a little bit more in your glutes now, lifting your heart up. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. When you're ready, if you feel it, you can start to lift your heart up and let your head slowly fall back and be here. You might stop here and stay here for today. That's beautiful. If you choose, you can release one hand and try to grab onto your ankle. Keep your hips where they are. You don't want them to sink back. And then release the other hand and grabbing onto the other ankle, squeezing those shoulders back and really releasing the head back. Breathe. In and out through the nose. Slowly bring the left hand to your back and then the right, lifting your heart up, drawing your chin in, extending the toes out, sitting back onto your heels. Hands on the knees. Inhale, lift your heart up. And exhale, draw your chin down, stretching the back of the neck. 5 breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. 4 more on your own. Long, deep breaths. In and out through the nose. One more. So coming up, it's always nice to do things a few times. Your body opens up more and more to them. So the knees, again, hip width apart, curl the toes under. And taking time here to just breathe space between your heart and your navel center. Squeezing already in the glutes, pressing the hips forward. Exhale, draw your hands back, hugging the elbows back towards each other. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, press your hips forward as you rest your head all the way back, releasing one hand at a time to grab your ankles if that is something you're attempting. Breathing through the nose. Slowly coming out, one hand at a time, drawing the chin in. Extending the toes out, sitting your hips down onto the heels. Hands in front of the knees. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, draw your chin down. Breathe. In and out through the nose. Deep, long breaths in. And long, deep breaths out. One more here. It's the time to release the mat from underneath your knees. And we're going to bring the hands right here in front of the mat and shift your body back, laying down onto your front body. I like to open my feet about hip width apart, feel it out, see what feels comfortable. Some of you can keep the feet fairly close together. Some of you will need them further apart. So you are in your body. So be with yourself and experiment here. The tips of the fingers should rest right underneath the shoulder line and hug the elbows in towards the body. And rest the forehead down onto the floor. Squeeze your hips down into the mat, and you want to feel this engagement throughout this dynamic exercise. Inhale, we're going to lift up. Use your lower back to lift your head and chest up. We're not going to go up very much. And exhale, we're going to slowly lay the spine down and rest the forehead down. Inhale, engaging your back body, lifting up. And exhale, gently laying the spine down, ensuring that the shoulders hold no tension throughout this exercise. Inhale, lifting up, use your back body. And exhale, gently laying the spine down. You could almost lift your hands off the mat. Inhale, engage your back body to lift up. And my hands only I used my hands towards the end to help me come up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, gently lifting up. And exhale, lowering down. Again, keep this intention of expanding in the heart. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, laying the spine down with attention and care. Forehead rests all the way down. Last one here. Inhale, lifting up. Really engage that back body. Keep those elbows close to the ribcage, and exhale, laying down. Make a pillow with your hand and turn your head to one side, resting here for a moment, breathing in and out through the nose. As you inhale, feel your belly filling up, and you feel some tension between the belly and the mat. And when you exhale, you feel that tension release. Resting the forehead on the mat. And again, resting the fingertips just underneath the shoulder line, squeezing the elbows in towards the rib cage, pressing the tops of the feet down onto the mat. When you're ready, inhale, engaging up, opening your chest, keep your shoulders back. And exhale, gently laying the spine down. Inhale, engaging up. And exhale, laying down one more here. Inhale, up, cobra. Squeeze those elbows in. And exhale, resting all the way down. Inhale, press onto your hands, come onto your knees, and walk your knees forward a little bit. Rest your hips down onto the heels of your feet and your forehead down onto the floor. Reach your hands further forward, coming into a full puppy stretch. Really allowing this nice, beautiful openness in the lower back in this pose. Again, as you inhale and fill up the belly, you feel the pressure between the belly and the thighs. And as you exhale, squeezing the navel in, you release that pressure. Coming onto your hands and knees, we're going to slowly shift onto our backs. So I'm going to ask you now to lay back. And just take a moment to be here. It's the first time we're on the ground, so allow the knees to kind of move towards each other and rest against each other, palms of the hands facing upward. And just breathing here. And I'd like you to walk your feet back towards your bum as much as you can. Maybe you can just feel your heels with the tips of your fingers. Maybe not, but that's the goal, is to feel something. And I want you to imagine that you have a block between your knees. The idea of imagining a block between the knees is that the knees are not flaring away from each other, and they're not also pressing against each other. They're tightly holding on to something. There's an engagement in my inner thighs that I'm inviting in this exercise. And this engagement in my inner thighs, it really allows me to keep my lower back pressing down against the mat. The tendency is for there to be some space here. So I want you to avoid that and really press down into your spine against the mat. Resting the hands along the sides of the body, pressing your chin into your chest. And the tailbone is kind of engaged, it's straight, it's pointing away throughout the exercise. Exhale wherever you are. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Press down with the hands, the arms and the feet. Exhale, gently laying the spine down, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, lifting up. It's like you're peeling the spine off and laying now as you exhale the spine down onto the floor, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, engaging up. squeezing the glutes, pressing into the arms and feet. And exhale, gently laying the spine down, starting from the space between the shoulders and working your way down towards the lower back. Inhale, lifting up in the lower back first. Press into your shoulders, squeeze those shoulders back. Exhale, rest the space between the shoulders down, lengthening all the way down to the floor. One more, inhale, lifting up. Be here for a moment. Breathe. If you have the space, you can lock your hands together and squeeze the shoulders back towards one another even more. And from this space, press into your feet, squeezing the glutes and lifting higher up into the hips. And coming higher onto the shoulders. Press your chin into your chest firmly. And when you're ready, exhale, release your hands and slowly start to lay the spine down onto the mat. Bring the right knee into your chest and bring the left knee into your chest. Squeeze them in nice and tight. And then release the left leg down, only squeezing the right knee deeply into your chest. Rest your right hand down by your side and turn your head towards the right, looking at the right fingertips, really relaxing the shoulder down. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, use the left hand to help you slowly guide that right knee down towards the left. Right shoulder stays anchored. The right knee does not have to reach the floor. It's just being guided there. Deep breaths in the belly. Inhale, let's come back to center. And exhale, let's hug that right knee into the chest one more time. Squeezing it in tightly, chin moving in towards the chest. Release and switch sides. Right leg rests down, shake it out a little bit. And slowly bring that left knee in, hug it into your chest with both arms on top, squeeze it in nice and tight. And this time, release the left hand down and turn your gaze towards the left. Big inhale. And when you exhale, guiding that left knee down towards the right with the help of the right hand, keeping the left shoulder on the mat. Big belly breaths. When you're ready, inhale. Let's make our way back to center. And exhale with both hands on top of the left knee. Squeeze it into your chest tightly. Release your foot out. Opening your feet about mat width apart. Interlace both hands behind the skull. Thumbs are at the base of the skull. Inhale, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, rest your head down, keeping the chin tucked in. Pressing down your heels, lift your bum and the backs of your legs off the mat a few inches. Squeeze your hips up and release back down to the mat. Shaking your legs out. And press down the elbows, lifting your chest up, lifting your back off the mat a few inches and gently bring back down. Turning the palms of the hands up to face the ceiling. Taking a moment here to allow yourself the space to integrate all the elements of your practice. You don't need to control your breath any longer. Allow that to be free, natural. And placing your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. Allowing yourself the space here to rest in your heart. Feeling into what part of your heart can you really feel into. How does that part of yourself feel? Feeling the weight of your body melting into the floor. Feeling your heart sink way back. Encouraging yourself to breathe deeply into your heart center with every inhalation and every exhale. Just a few more moments here. In the space that you've created for yourself within yourself. It's always present. I'm going to ask you to slowly draw your knees in towards your upper body one at a time. Squeeze them into your chest, turning over to one side and using the strength of your arms to help you back up into a seated position. Coming back exactly where we started. And taking a moment to notice if you feel the difference, and where do you feel the difference. Placing your left hand over your heart and then your right. The love and the light within me honors and greets the same love and light within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.